Yeah, I just
You
think
thought
that
finishing fourth was as if a league win
as Phil alluded to on that, said job done, fourth.
Yeah.
Really? They had 60.
Because that's what they wanted at the start of the season.
It's my answer, right?
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
62 points last year, 150 million spent on top players, and if they get 8 more points this season, job done fourth. Well, they could get Lazio. They could get some decent teams in that qualify. If they don't qualify for that Champions League, is that job done? I don't think it is. They could get a really, because they'll be seeded. There's a first qualifying round, and United go in the second qualifying round. Lazio, who beat Napoli last night, now they could beat them. They could beat Monaco, who beat Arsenal. So Fenerbahce, one of the, I think, CSK Moscow. So let's not take for granted. I hope United are in the Champions League, but fourth, United a job done. I can't believe. That was probably your fault from you. Why is he there?
I speak from experience. I was unfortunate enough to be in the job the year before as a coach, so I realised the job that needed to be done. And people say he spent 150 million. Well, I actually think it needs another 100 million this year. I think the job was that big, the rebuilding job was that big, because all them old players leaving, retiring, Sir Alex Ferguson leaving, the transitional year under David Moyes. Poor coaching. Ronaldo for me.
Saying that, Fellaini and Mata have been two of Van Gaal's best players this year.
It was the biggest rebuilding job for a long time, and I actually thought at the start of the season to go from 7th to then winning the title for me was impossible. It was a small step. Get into the Champions League. This year I think is when Van Gaal will be judged. I feel this season as if he's succeed in terms of them 4 games as Liverpool, City, Villa, Tottenham. That's when he really produced. But apart from that, they've actually been pretty average. But the supporters will want more next year.
Ian, do you share that view that there's still a fair way to go? And if so, how do you spend that kind of money?
Yeah, I think there's still a fair way to go, especially when I feel that De Gea will definitely leave. Who they're going to replace him with? I think they need 2 centre-halves without a shadow of a doubt, because I'm not sure that Phil Jones and Smalling are going to be able to play at the level. Unfortunately, that Man United are going to need to kick on to actually win the Premier League. I think they're going to need another forward. Don't know what's happening with Robin van Persie, and I don't know. When you watch some of the times that they were playing with, how they were playing at the back, it didn't work out. He's meant to be this great coach, and then they were, like you say, they were average for a lot of time. I still look at Man United and still think, okay, they finished in the top 4, but it's because the rest of the other teams below are not as good and nowhere near as good. And Man United should have finished in the top 4, but I still think it's a good job simply because of what's happened at Man United, and we have to see who they buy in the summer. But
I think the league surprised Van Gaal. I think the league surprised him. Going to these teams that he thinks, I'll just roll over. I think he got caught out. I think he was surprised with the intensity and playing over that Christmas period. I think it took a lot out of him. So he'll be better for it next year. He struggled with his system early on, trying to fit all the players into the system, 3 at the back, the diamonds. So I think he'll be better off for his first year. History tells you that he does win trophies, so I think that's what all Man United fans are hoping for.
Not everything worked. Obviously, Di Maria, that doesn't look like it's going to work out. Falcao came and went.
Well, it's often the way. You can never be sure how players are going to adapt. It often takes them a season or so to get the very best.
Can I just throw that in?
I absolutely agree with you. I said that's why you can never be sure.
That's a good shout. I just jumped in.
Some do, some don't. Some quickly, some never do. So it's all. I understand there's going to be a hell of a lot of movement on Old Trafford this summer. A lot, in and out. And that again, you're starting a new team, you're bringing in new players. Some will work in the positions that he wants them to, some will not. So it's a work in progress.
Let me give you the checkbook. Who are you buying?
How much can I spend?
100.
100 million.
100 more?
Million. Oh, I need
enough, man.
More than that. How much do you want?
You're a chairman.
Okay.
150
no,
at least.
Listen, I'm not a manager. I've never professed to be knowing anything about buying players. But obviously, you're not going to be able to get the greats, Mess the real great, and then the Ronaldo just so you've got to go outside of that, and then they're going to obviously need some sort of striker, proper goal scorer up there to back up Wayne Rooney. Van Persie looks like he might be on the way out. Falcao's gone, so they need at least 1, possibly 2 strikers. So there's been talk of Harry Kane, hasn't there? But who knows who they're going to go for?
Do you think Harry Kane will be ready for United?
I don't know. I like him. I like what I've seen. I've been mightily impressed. We will only really know when he has a bit of a bad spell and whether he can cope. And season 2 tends to answer a lot of questions. I rather think he's got it. I think I like what I see. So, but I'm not 100% sure. 'Cause none of us are until you actually see him perform at the top level.